Thanks a lot.
All right, that was Jim Bravelli, the head coach at the University of San Francisco. And now let's go to Randy Rosenblum.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. The Bengals were 15-13 last year, and they are led this season by guard Jim Rhode, a 3-year letterman, a senior who averaged 11 points a game. He's coming off a big effort against Brisbane in an exhibition contest.
Well, Jim Rhode's a good basketball player, and certainly the one player, Randy, that is that Coach Boughton is looking forward to coming back and playing well for him. He's an excellent outside player and a hustler, and he's going to dive on the floor a lot, and he's got to give this club a lot of leadership if they're going to be successful.
Jervis Cole is the man of the year, it would appear, for Jervis. He's a 4-year starter at Fresno State.
Well, Jervis Cole has been the all-everything for Fresno State, and I think he's the kind of player that needs screens to work off. He's not going to do it by himself. He's going to shoot that open jumper coming off his screens, and he, too, has got to give Fresno State not only a big ball game tonight, but a big year.
He's working on a streak, 16 straight games in double figures for Jervis Cole. Of course, the Bulldogs were 9-19 under Ron Adams last year, and Jim Botan of the Bengals in his third year, 15-13 at Pocatello, Idaho. They were 4th in the Big Sky. Now let's go to the public address announcer, Brent DeMonte, for the opening lineups of this opening game.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, may we introduce the visiting Idaho State University team from Pocatello, Idaho, representing the Big Sky Conference. Your starting lineup for the Bengals: at forward, a 6'7" junior from Rigby, Idaho, number 32, Todd Peterson. The other forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Aloha, Oregon, number 34, Steve Garrity. The center, a 7-foot sophomore from Boljebygd, Sweden, number 52, Robert Anderson. At guard, from Portland, Oregon, a 6'3" senior, number 21, Jim Rhode. And the other guard, a 6'1" junior from San Francisco, number 25, Aaron Grizel. And the coach of the Bengals of Idaho State, Jim Botan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Big West Conference, your Bulldogs of Fresno State University. Starting at forward, a 6'6" senior from Fresno, number 24, Jervis Cole. The other forward, a 6'6" freshman from Fresno, number 34, Pat Riddlesbrigger. At center, a 6'11" senior from Enschede, Holland, number 45, Renee Abelgis. The starting guard for the Bulldogs, a 5'11" sophomore from Fresno, number 4, Andre Sims. And the other guard, a 6'3" freshman from Texas City, Texas, number 30, Wilbert Hooker. And the coach of the Bulldogs, Ron Adams.
The officials for tonight's opening game, and they are a fine threesome: Jim Stupin, Jim Farmer, and Milt Stowe. Ron Adams sending 2 freshmen on the floor to begin this season. Probably the first time in Fresno State history. They were trying to research it before the game. It's been a lot of years if it's happened before. As you look at the roster this summer, a youthful team, the 4 seniors who've been on the squad for a long time, but you see the 4 freshmen, the 2 sophomore, and the 3 juniors, so a very good nucleus, Dan.
Good nucleus, and the fact is that it looks like Ron Adams is going to play the younger players. He's going for a semi-rebuilding year, in my opinion, and he's going to play a lot of young guys.
You notice Riddlesbrigger there, all the letters?
It's a lot of them.
Long on letters
Hyphenated.
and talent.
Hyphenated.
Cole, Riddlesbrigger, Abelgis, Sims, and Hooker, another freshman, 2 true frosh in the starting 5. Then Garrity, Peterson, Anderson, a 7-footer, Grizel, and Rhode. Now, Anderson gives the Bengals a lot of size.
Yes, he does, and of course, he's from Sweden. And Anderson has a lot of experience. He's 21-year-old sophomore, so they have some young players at Idaho State, but they have had experience not playing college basketball, but European basketball. So I'm sure that Jim Boutin is very interested to see what his club will do against a quality crowd and a team like Fresno here in this kind of an environment.
An international matchup at center with Abel just from Holland and Anderson from Sweden. And Anderson, the 7-footer, will step in, probably against Jervis Cole, who's an outstanding leaper. And it is Cole. The first game of the year, and Jim Rhode has it for Idaho State. Steve Garrity, an outstanding forward who can really shoot it for Idaho State, is number 34. He and number 21, Rhode, the two marksmen on the team.
Good man-to-man pressure by Fresno State. They're trying to come out and disrupt Idaho State, and they have an advantage in the quickness department, and that's where they're going to have to take advantage of the situation.
Rhode misses, but Garrity and Anderson get it back. This is Grizel from the baseline, an air ball. And the Bengals and Peterson can't save it.
If Idaho State has any chance in this basketball game, they're going to have to make those open jumpers. You've got 15-footers. You've got to put them down. Because I think Fresno State has a little manpower advantage against the Bengals.
Idaho State, year in and year out, a man team. This squad will zone a little bit more. This is the freshman hooker, number 30.
Zoning right now. They're going into a 1-2-2, and that's because of Anderson, who's not adept at playing man-to-man. The big guy inside cannot go out and guard anybody away from the basket, so Fresno State's got to recognize and run their stuff and run their zone.
Andre Sims and Hooker. It is said this Fresno State team, a very good passing squad. Inside, Cole misses. Anderson, and from behind he was held by Abelgis.
Or else they got Anderson for a push-off inside. Good interior pass that time to Jervis Cole. Cole's between players, has a shot I'm sure he felt should have went down, and there's the foul. There's Anderson pushing off of Abelgis, so out of bounds to Fresno State.
Cole can't connect. Inside Hooker. Hooker gets it back. Now Anderson at 7 feet, skies above everybody. Both teams tight in the early going. We played a minute and a half and we're scoreless at Selland Arena. There's a traveling on Peterson.
Idaho State's a club that has not played well in its 2 exhibition games, and I think Fresno State has a chance to get them down early, and if they can, Idaho State may fold its head up because you need confidence to play this game, and you don't want to give Idaho State some confidence. If these kids feel that they can play, then you've got a problem.
Andre Sims for 3. On the all-freshman team of the Big West a year ago, and his first tray of the year. And the Bulldogs get on the board, 3-0. 2 minutes elapsed, first half. The winner plays the University of San Francisco tomorrow night at 8 o'clock in the championship game. Rhode travels.
Pressure's really getting to them. You see everybody helping out. They're jump screening. They're coming over to give a lot of help, and it's caused Idaho State a lot of problems so far. They're having a difficult time getting shots off.
That will please Coach Ron Adams. Defensive-minded coach. Frank Carbajal this year will handle the offense. Hooker from way out. Hits. That's 3 more.
Well, there's a facet of the game that they never had before. You've got 2 3-point shots by their guards on the perimeter, which will loosen up the inside game, and that's an area that I'm sure Ron Adams has to be real happy because that's going to help your club, and it's going to give you some inside play. The
7-footer Anderson wheeling inside, beating Abel just to the spot. And the Bengals are on the board. It took 2 minutes and 45 seconds. 6-2, Fresno State. Riddlespringer. He's strong inside. So both freshmen with an early spotlight move.
Good rebound that time by Riddlespringer. Took it right back up and in.
Bulldogs by 6 at 8-2.
It's a push-off. And Anderson doesn't need to get in foul trouble. It was a good recognition that time. There was a mismatch. Anderson was inside, had a size advantage. He does not need to push off. He's got a sub for him right now.
Darren Alleman will come in. There he is. In fact, Alleman in the workouts was very close to beating Anderson out. Very physical player at 6'9", 2-year varsity letterman at Idaho State. Fresno State leading by a half a dozen early. We played less than 4 minutes. Hooker. Controlled by Peterson of the Bengals. Idaho State will probably play 10 or 11 players tonight. Garrity misses. And it belongs to the Bulldogs.
Idaho State's getting some good shots, Randy. Good interior pass that time, and they had an open jumper from about 7-8 feet. Fresno State needs to tighten it up, as Ron Adams, I'm sure, is going through a little preparation and talking to his players, and I'm sure giving them some instruction defensively when they get in the game, which I think is important. You need to talk to them before they get into the basketball game.
5 of the first 8 points from the freshmen, the Kitty Core. Abelgis, Hooker, and now Sims.
Hooker can't get bashful. He can't. Just because he missed one, he's still got to look at the hoop.
A steal by Grizel. He has Rhode alone, and there's a block and a foul on Jervis Cole. Can't fault the effort.
Came out of nowhere that time, didn't he? With the left hand, I think Rhode thought he had this one without any pressure. Here comes Cole flying. He got a lot of ball, and he hit him on top of the head. He didn't hit him that hard, but he got a lot of ball. Good effort by Jervis Cole to come from about 20 feet.
2 years ago, the Big Sky tournament, Jim Rhode came out of nowhere to be the MVP and lead the Bengals to the tournament title in an NCAA berth. They later were beaten in the tournament by UNLV, but Rhode was the Big Sky MVP in the tournament.
Oh, Rhode's a hard-nosed player. Not a great free throw shooter, 64, 65%.
There's a rebound, an easy one for Peterson. Suddenly it's 8-5. Bulldogs by 3. 15 minutes, 45 seconds left, first half.
That's just a missed assignment in the lane. Somebody just failed to screen out. Good idea.
Turnover gives it back to the Bengals. Garrity gets an easy one. And suddenly the lead is shaved to 1. Steve Garrity missed 2 years, went on an LDS mission, and he's back into the flow.
It's a high-intensity game. Both teams playing with a lot of enthusiasm, both trying to get after it. And Idaho State, you have to give them some credit. They're going right at the basket, playing pretty good D and kind of taking the game to Fresno State right now.
That was not a good shot by Andre Sims, and now the Bengals can capture the lead.
Looks like when they can release pressure and get into their offense. Once they make a couple of passes, they seem to get better shots. There's a good rebound.
Oliver inside is fouled by Abelgis.
Well, Abelgis did a good job of screening out, but he didn't go for the ball. Abelgis has to go for the ball once he makes that screen. He did an excellent job of backing into the defender. Now, he tries to find the defender. He does, but then doesn't jump for the ball.
14 minutes, 48 seconds left. First half, Bulldogs by 1.
Fresno State University basketball is brought to you by Unical. Go with the spirit. Unical.
Oh, made it. Keep pushing. That low octane stuff's not going in this baby.
What?
This one? They just have one with 87 octane. There's a Unical up the street, wimp. So? They're the only one with an 89 unleaded regular. So? An engine that knocks and pings isn't cool. And Unical has the best gasoline and clean port fuel injectors.
How's she running?
Needs some 89, Murph.
Right, I'll fill her up.
Nah, $2 will do.
Oh.
Go with the spirit of 76.
Have you ever tried a beer and felt like the taste just missed your mouth? Well, taste again. Because times have changed. Here's one big, bold draft that packs a full-tilt taste you can get your hands around. Extra Gold Draft. It's the biggest taste that's happened to beer since they put it in cans.
Ron Adams perhaps trying to get some more privacy with his club.
The first time I've seen it, they bring the chairs all the way out 15 feet from the end line and huddle up out there, then bring them all back again to try to get a little more privacy. And where that will really help you is when you're playing away from home. When all the fans are right behind you making all kinds of noise, And a lot of times you take timeouts, you can't talk to your players. So you get them out on the floor like that, and it's not a bad concept because it will give you some privacy. Fresno State looks like they're going to zone you out of bounds. No, they're not. Playing man-to-man. Gave you appearance of the zone.
A little cold at the outset.
Looks like they're going to a matchup. Trying to change up the defenses to give Idaho State another look.
Grizel. And there's Abel just taking it away from Garrity. Riddlespringer got it. 2 shots in a row have gone down for Riddlespringer. He has 4, and it's 10-7 Bulldogs.
And a good pass by Andre Sims that time. Very simple. He just hit the man ahead of him, and they went in for a score. Transition basket for Fresno State. That's a pass.
That's a pass inside. Alleman left alone. Missed a relatively easy shot, and Abel just clears again. Jervis Cole. Riddlespringer with a nice pass and a good save. Traveling against Riddlespringer, but I love the way that young man moves without the ball, Dan.
Good composure that time and a good interior play. Cole back to Riddlespringer, and Riddlespringer just traveled, couldn't get the ball up.
Bali, the new man in.
Bijou Bali.
Bijou, you like that name?
I like Bijou.
They like his defensive skills. This is Byron Young, who's just entered for Idaho State, number 22. Garrity off to Peterson. Bulldogs by 3 with 13:25 left first half. Alleman. Rhode.
Rhode's a tough player.
And he was fouled by Bali.
Rhode's not a, what you call a tremendously gifted talent, but he plays extremely hard. Rhode will force the action. He's going to take the ball right to the bench. He will make you defend him, and he likes to get the ball in traffic, and that time he was looking past at the top of his shot. But you like the way this kid plays.
And he'll play you for 40 minutes. Garrity.
Good
hit brilliantly by Byron Young, and it's a 1-point game. There he is with the right hand guiding it back in. That's productivity right off the bench for Jim Botan.
Well, he felt his club would be a much better rebounding team this year. Last year, they were, I think, last in the conference in rebounding, where this year he's got bigger players, a lot more size inside. He had a good recruiting year. He feels this club will be real good by the time you get to the conference season.
Rhode working diligently against Bali. Down to 15 on the shot clock, inside to Abelgis. And he drew the foul, and he will go to the line. Alleman, the personal.
Well, I thought Abelgis that time did a good thing. He went toward the basket. Alleman made the foul, but there's the push. He was pushed off right on the jump, and then he was hit in the arm. On top of all that, looked like Alleman got him right across the elbow.
It has been an adventure in years gone by for Rene Abelgis at the free throw line.
You might say that. At 51%, I guess it's an adventure.
But that's an improvement. I remember the days when it was 18 and 20 and 25%.
You got to work it, fellas. It's coming.
But this is a different year and a new Rene. Derek Barden's first appearance. The senior from Detroit, Michigan, replacing Pat Riddlespringer. And Riddlespringer gets a rousing ovation here at Selland Arena. 11-9 Bulldogs. Now 12-9. Rhode in the open court. Young lost the handle. The turnover. Volley to Barden, and he loses on the end line.
Still a good idea, Randy. Get that transition game going. Try to pass the ball ahead. Try to force the action a little bit.
There's a turnover, and it was Bali that tipped it away. 12 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the opening half of the Coors Light Classic. USF has already qualified for tomorrow night's championship game. The winner between Idaho State and Fresno State will play the Dons at 8 o'clock.
San Francisco was impressive in that first game. I thought they played extremely well.
Jervis Cole, who has not scored yet.
That's a walk. Didn't call it. Got away with it.
Bali kept it alive, and Garrity takes it down for Idaho State. Byron Young, who likes to work inside, misses, and there's Abel just doing an excellent work on the glass.
Doing a good job on that defensive board right up there. He's clearing it away and giving Idaho State just one shot.
Barden will not hurt you out there. Volley, good penetration, and the goal. Bijou Volley took it to the hole and scored. Rhode the other way to Alleman, and he gets it right back.
For a team that's not supposed to run, they got the ball up and down the floor that time extremely well and took it right to the basket.
Andre Sims carries it over, says Jim Stupin. And Sims goes right out, and he's replaced by the senior Kevin Stevenson from Skyline High School in Oakland, California. Timeout on the floor. 10 minutes, 59 seconds left. First half, 14-11, Bulldogs.
I never looked at professional football as a popularity contest. I look at it as my job. I don't care that my opponents like me. I care that they respect me, though.
Come on!
Some people like to play rougher than others. For them, we offer the Nissan Pathfinder and hard body truck, and a free NFL Tough Guys video with a Pathfinder or hard body test drive. See your nearest Nissan dealer if you think you're ready to play.
Meet the Howards. They spent years in a tiny apartment because they thought they couldn't afford a new home. Then they came to Brentwood at Woodward Park. They found quality homes starting at $71,900 with low 30-year fixed interest rates below 9%. Now they're happy. Susie putters around the house, Bill putters around the house, and Jimmy will be attending Clovis schools. Soon. Brentwood at Woodward Park for your future. 1989 sneak preview models open daily at Maple and Alluvial.
The Idaho State Bengals, 15-13 last year for Jim Botan. And one thing about Jim Botan teams, they work hard. They bring that blue-collar label to every game. There's Ron Adams. I guess you could say that about the Bulldogs, too. They really work on the defensive end.
Well, the way you win basketball games is you play real hard defense, and you try to get your defense to force turnovers to get the ball in a transition and score, but your defense has to key the offense. All the great teams have tremendous defensive capabilities. Good pressure here by Fresno State coming out of the timeout.
Has never led in this game. Bulldogs scored the first 6 points and now cling to a 14-11 advantage with 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the opening half. A block by Abel just on Alleman. And Rhode takes it right out of the air.
What a control block. Those are the kind you like. Not only block it, but gain possession to give it to your team. Abel just has done an excellent job so far, especially from a rebounding standpoint, and now a block shot. Worth your weight in gold if you can do that.
Kevin Stevenson toured the Soviet Union in the summer playing basketball. It's a great experience for a young man. Inside, Abel just hits.
Abel just not only scoring at the offensive end, but a nice block and control. He got the ball and initiated the break. Good play by Abel. Just now back in the zone goes Fresno State.
And Rhode has 4 points to go with the block and a number of rebounds. 16-11. Rhode from long range. Got it. That's 3. The three-point goal can bring you back in a hurry. And the Bengals move to within 2 of the Bulldogs. 9.5 minutes left before intermission.
Idaho State going back to their bread and butter defense now. They're going back man-to-man. And that's the way Coach Jim Bouchan has always played, man. Never zoned except for this year. Because of his big guys inside, he felt he needed to go to some zone, but he likes to play the man-to-man, and they're going to go right after Fresno State.
And the Bengals want a half-court game. They don't want the open court. Nice pass. Good pass by Barden in low to Abelgis, and he drew the foul again. And Alleman is upset with himself. There he is. He has 2 quick personal fouls.
Well, Alleman's pushing him out. He didn't hit him up above, but when they got the ball inside, Abelgis again turns to his right, again trying to take it toward the basket. Good call. He moved him out with the body.
Rhode Abel just certainly a factor in this first half.
He might have a new free throw shooting method after you got on him and told him he only shot 51% or 18% or whatever. He heard you.
He heard me, and it's been effective. He's 2 for 2. Mike Chatterton is in the game, number 15 for Idaho State in that backcourt. There's Abel, just 3 rebounds, 4 points, and a nice block shot. How about this rhythm?
Well, the one thing to be a real good free throw shooter, the great free throw shooters have when they go to the line, they do it the same way every time. You have a technique. If you dribble it 3 times, whatever you do it exactly the same every time. Now, he has a 1, 2, 3. He had a 3-bounce dribble.
Well, if it works, don't try to fix it. And so far, Abel just excellent concentration. And he's 4 for 4 from the charity stripe.
Leading scorer, 6 points, 6 points and 3 or 4 rebounds.
Young at the high post. Scott Roberts, number 12, in the game, along with Chatterton. So a new backcourt for the Bengals, and that's a travel on Alleman.
Looked like Anderson that time, who had the ball inside, but I think they made a quick substitution on us while we were chit-chatting, and Anderson came into the game. And what a lot of European players do, until they get familiar with the college game, they always get called for traveling, because in Europe, you get to take that extra half step. That 7 or 8 turnovers by Idaho State.
Volley to Barton. And Riddlespringer, who came in replacing Cole. Inside, Barton walk. Take away the basket. 1 step too many.
Again, though, a good pass inside, and Barton this time with the whirl just took too many. Brought both feet back together again. Got called for traveling.
Chatterton, a sophomore from Boise High School in Boise, Idaho. And Byron Young. Scott Roberts. It's got to be tough for the Bengals to play with a lot of different players.
Yeah, they're going to play 10, 11 people.
And there's a walk on Garrity. That's the 8th turnover.
The defensive pressure's causing that. They just cannot seem to get into their offense. And every time they make a lateral pass, Fresno State forces them to put the ball on the ground. And you get called for traveling. Abel just did a good job. Getting a well-deserved round of applause.
And I think, too, a good move by Ron Adams to take Jervis Cole out of the game, let him look at the game for a minute, and then bring him right back. Jervis has not scored to this point in the game.
Well, that's a real plus, because Fresno State, with a 4-point lead, the best player hasn't put any points up on the board. He'll get something.
Volley, looking at a 2-3 zone.
Well, with Anderson in, automatically they'll go back to zone.
There's 7.5 minutes left in the first half, and Stevenson for 3. Off of volley, and it belongs to Idaho State. 7.5 minutes left of the first half of the Coors Light Classic. Fresno State is leading Idaho State 18-14.
Now Bridgestone has patented radial tire technology that doesn't compromise performance for mileage. Or mileage for a smooth ride. Or anything for anything. So, at 65 miles an hour, remember patented radial tire technology. And remember Bridgestone!
Nothing tastes as festive, zesty, Latin as the new guacamole bacon cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. Char-broiled with 2 strips of crisp bacon and rich, creamy guacamole. Olé! The new guacamole bacon cheeseburger for a limited time only at Carl's Jr.
Gottschalk's irresistible raisins are the hottest craze and great fun for all ages. California raisin figurines, $2.75 and $6 in Gottschalk's stationery department.
Neither team is shooting well, but they are working hard in this first half, and the Bulldogs have led from the outset and currently cling to a 4-point advantage at 18-14. Mike Chatterton, the point guard, running the show right now for Jim Botan's basketball team from Pocatello, Idaho. Cole tipped it away, and Stevenson has it. back to Cole. Whoa. Now the basket counts. Let's see who they credit it to.
Cole. Great play by Barton, though. Did he come out of nowhere to get that tip? That was an excellent fast break, keyed by defense and a deflection. Barton with a good pass back to Cole. Cole's going to bring it in and get it up on the glass, and there it was touched. It was touched on the glass by Anderson. That was the basket.
And suddenly, the regulars come back, led by Jim Rhode, number 21 for the Bengals. 20-14, and now pressure all over the court. Chatterton will bring it up, and Rhode will work on the wing.
Stevenson, is he on him or what? I mean, it's very difficult for Chatterton to bring the ball up the floor. I mean, he cannot make that pass very easy. He's suffering coming up that floor.
A reaching foul on Derek Barden as Todd Peterson received the punch. Only the 4th team foul against the Bulldogs. In fact, both these teams, only 4 team fouls. Inside, Peterson rejected by Barden.
Travel.
And a traveling on Roberts. The freshman, Scott Roberts, turns it over.
Well, Barton's such a tremendous jumper. You just cannot take a turnaround right in his face. And that time he blocks the jumper. And then Fresno State does recover, and then the travel, and they get the ball. That's about the 2nd or 3rd time that's happened. It's like a 4-point swing if you can come down and score.
And again, it was Kevin Stevenson hawking him on defense. In low, Stevenson works it to Cole, and he'll go to the line. Jervis really drew a crowd, and Peterson fouled him.
Cole's playing a lot around the basket against the zone, and Barton's outside, and they're looking for Cole, who's running the baseline. Stevenson, with the good eyes, gets it inside and throws it to the outside hand so that Cole can make that turn away from the defense and draw the foul.
Jervis Cole last year led the Bulldogs in scoring. Better than 16 a night. But he had some inconsistencies at the free throw line, as that 66% would indicate. There are the numbers, though, the positive numbers. And he really came on at the end of the year.
He sure did, and his style is a lot different than Abel does. He gets up on the line and does not dribble the ball. He did shoot it the same way twice, though.
Not as effective.
But it didn't go in the second time. But at least he did it mechanically the same way.
A football score. It's 21-14, Fresno State. Roberts with the penetration. Another block by Barden. But a foul.
The penetration that time by Roberts, and Barden comes for the help. Now the foul's right there on the drive, but Barden just knocked that one out of there. It's on Riddlespringer, and he picks up his, I believe it's first.
They say of this man at the line, Scott Roberts, he has all the tools to be an excellent college player. He's 6'4", out of Redmond, Washington, Redmond High School. Very mature. He's going to get a lot of quality minutes this year.
Only a freshman.
Andre Sims returns, and Hooker goes out. 6:14 left here at Cylinder Arena at the Coors Light Classic. Aaron Griselle is back for the Bengals. Now, last year, Kansas State won this tournament, led by Mitch Richmond.
Pretty good.
Now with the Warriors, yeah.
No, he's not bad.
Played on the United States Olympic team.
I think he was the 4th or 5th player selected in the draft. So
he was the dominant force here a year ago. Riddlespringer, nice pass to Barden. Need to make those kind of shots.
Need to make the chippies. Great pass that time. Barden's not going to have an easier shot. I think he couldn't decide whether to dunk it or just lay it in on the glass. There's a push-off. Got away with it.
Anderson right there. He missed an easy one. And Riddlespringer with that nice inside position, and the big guy came over his back.
Well, if you're a big player like Anderson, you have to keep your arms up when they throw it over the top. There's the touch foul.
6 team fouls now whistled against Idaho State. The next one will send the Bulldogs to the free throw line.
Idaho State's going to try to play some man-to-man with Anderson. And I'm sure Barden, if he moves a lot, will get a chance to score. Now he needs to move on him a little bit. Move on him.
Nice spin move by Stevenson, getting away from Rhode. Forced that pass, and Rhode stole it.
Good play.
Sims picked the pocket of Garrity. Fans like that here at Celandorita.
Anticipation by Andre Sims that time.
Riddlespringer, tipped by Barton. Barton appears to be now getting into the flow. 23-16, Bulldogs by 7.
Well, his contribution to this team is offensive rebounding and, of course, defensive shot blocking. When he can do that, he really gives Fresno State an added dimension.
Anderson, a bad miss there. Sims brings it down, and the Bulldogs are running. Barton working in low, and he's fouled.
Good ball.
He was hit by Todd Peterson.
They do a nice job of reversing the ball around the perimeter, and they bring it to Cole. They get the defense moving. Now, where's Barton? Where he should be. Right underneath the basket. Good pump fake, and then draws the foul. That's what you call like a secondary move off the fast break. If the jumper's not there, let's reverse the ball and try to post up one of our better players.
Barton, a leading rebounder last year for Fresno State. Ron Adams feels he can play with just about any of the frontline performers in the Big West Conference. And there's the brain trust, Frank Carbajal on the right. Ron Adams in the middle. And the rest. Barton really improved his foul shooting last year. Bulldogs by 9. This is the biggest advantage of the night.
Balanced scoring by Fresno State. Got a lot of players with 6 and 5 and 4. No one player that's in double figures yet. That was off his knee. Good
nice
call.
work by Andre Sims.
Good call.
And an exchange of words, and I think Andre lost his cool and apologized. And
I thought the official made an excellent call because the ball went right off of Rhode's leg. Didn't see it quite on that shot there, and then they talk about it a little bit.
I think they invited each other out.
They probably did. Say, hey, let's get together after the game, maybe.
Stevenson, when you get that penetration, so many positive things can happen.
One thing Fresno State has to be alert for, when Stevenson penetrates, look where Sims is. Sims on the outside. He has to get back on defense. He cannot get caught in there because if this shot is blocked or if there's a turnover, you're giving Idaho State a chance to go all the way down the other end for an easy basket. You have to be alert when that one guard penetrates, that the other one fills and gets back for good court balance.
4.1 assists, the top number on the Bulldog team last year. Also led the squad in steals. First foul on Butch Mettinger, number 23, who has entered Idaho State.
They've got a violation on the lane.
And it's a 1-and-1, so that could take away potentially 2 points. Those are the small errors you hate to see. When you have a big lead, it doesn't matter. But in these hotly contested early season games, you hate to see that.
And there's no excuse for that. You just have to stay awake on the line, and you can't make that kind of a mistake.
Aaron Grizel. Garrity off the glass. And it's 25-18. Garrity in the books for the first time tonight. Down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first half of basketball in the 88-89 season. Riddlespringer was hit and fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. And again, it was Mettinger. He's been in about a minute and a half, and he's picked up 2 personal fouls. He's a JC transfer, is Mettinger, from College of the Canyons in Canyon Country, California. Your impressions of Pat Riddlespringer?
Well, it's difficult to tell, really, Randy, from seeing him only for a short amount of time, but he looks like a young man who knows the game, looks like a good passer. Yet to see whether he can shoot the ball from the perimeter, but looks like a good prospect at 6'6" and a guy that hustles and plays hard, and I think it's going to be a welcome addition to this club.
Free throw was there, and Garrity clears.
Did you hear what Ron Adams said? Who violated on that free throw? He's still thinking back. Remember that free throw that was violated? Somebody's going to get it at halftime, I guarantee it.
Garrity just got that pass away. There's Mettinger's first try. Andre Sims has gotten underneath amongst the tall trees to come up with some rebound. That was for 3. Tipped by Cole to Barton. give it to Idaho State. But 3 Bulldogs were going to the board. Cole, Barden, and Riddlespringer. Timeout on the floor. 3 minutes, 6 seconds left. First half. It's 25-18 Bulldogs.
Fresno State University basketball is brought to you by your friends at United Carpet.
It's the right beer for winter fun. Silver blades, funky saves, and a downhill run. It's the cool way of getting around. The silver bullet won't slow you down. So come on into Coors Light. It's the right beer now. To the good life, yeah. Good life, yeah. So come on into Coors Light. It's the right beer now.
Hello, I need a new stain-resistant carpet, and I'm calling to make sure that you carry wear-dated carpet with locked-in stain protection.
We sure do, and right now is a great time to visit United Carpet. We have the lowest prices in Fresno on wear-dated carpet, the only carpet with locked-in stain protection. Save up to 35% now at United Carpet.
That's great. What's your address?
United Carpet is conveniently located at 4950 North Crystal, just south of Shaw and west of West.
3 minutes, 6 seconds left first half, and Ron Adams' Fresno State Bulldogs are leading Idaho State 25-18.
Fresno State actually shooting at about 38%, but they're shooting 80 from the free throw line, and they've had 9 chances, opposed to Idaho State's only shot at 3 for 4 from the free throw line. So Fresno State's been able to get the ball around the basket, and they've taken it inside, and they've taken advantage of the fact that they've been fouled and been able to go to the free throw line and convert.
Sims trying to pick the pocket of Grizel. It belongs to Idaho State. Last touch by the Bulldogs. They say number 23, Butch Mettinger, can really light it up. Taking one jump shot, rolled in and out for him. Idaho State is struggling offensively. Grizel from outside.
Good offensive rebound that time by Steve Garrity. He had the inside position. Look where he's standing and look where Barden is. Barden tries to out-jump him, but Garrity gets it inside, and Barden goes over the back, and he picks up the second foul, and now Idaho State will go to the free throw line to shoot a one. No, not yet. That's the 6th. So the next one, they're in the bonus.
Mettinger to trigger it in for the Bengals. They think that they're going to be very good by the end of the season when the maturation period and all these new players get to know one another. A 5-second violation. Good defense again by Fresno State.
He had no one to throw the ball. In fact, I thought he was going to travel. Looked like he took a couple of steps out of bounds. Of course, the new rule this year in college basketball is when you take the ball out of bounds, once it leaves your hand, the count goes off. He couldn't get a chance to leave his hand.
Dan, the first appearance of Sammy Lindsay. Another freshman, this one out of Houston, Texas, Willow Ridge High School. Just turned 17 in April, and he's got a few years ahead of him here for the Bulldogs.
Good part of the game to give him a little experience and get him in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Cole on the baseline. Abel just inside, puts it up. That's no good. Renee Abel just quite a factor in this first half. But this time, Abel just is going to pick up the foul after missing the shot. Going to come over the back there as Garrity had the inside position, and he and Cole got tangled up. Hard-working Steve Garrity to the free throw line. Sophomore. Tremendous intensity for Garrity. Hard worker. Has 4 points and 2 rebounds so far tonight. Abel just now leaves and Barden returns, and there's Renee. He has been a factor in this first half. A 1-on-1 opportunity for Steve Garrity, and he earns the bonus. And Riddlespringer has hurried back in, and Barden goes out. Oh, you talk about a cup of coffee. He was in for about 10 seconds. Garrity again. Got them both. 25-20. Bulldogs by 5. Sims, and they extend that defense now. Grizel working outside. The guards are putting much more pressure on for the Idaho State Bengals. Stevenson hits a three-pointer. Kevin Stevenson.
Randy, what a difference that will make when Stevenson can make that outside jumper. That's what they had earlier in the game. Stevenson on the perimeter. Hooker made one. Sims made one, and that'll open up the inside. And that's been a real difference so far in this year's edition of Fresno State.
Another foul, and Menninger will go to the line. For Kevin Stevenson, that was his first three-pointer of the night in 3 tries. They tipped away at Riddlespringer, accounting for the foul. And Pat has 2 personals now. Menninger is the junior college transfer from College of the Canyon. That one rolls out for him. They say when he's hot, he's unstoppable. He's not been hot so far. And his history would tell us he's a very good foul shooter, Dan.
Well, one of the things Menninger has to learn, of course, you can be a great shooter, but you need to be open for the shot. The ability to get free in the college game is very difficult. You don't get any of those standing type jumpers without somebody in your face, and that's what he's going to have to learn to do, is create shots.
It's a little easier in the JC ranks.
Yes, a lot easier.
Outside, Menninger picks up another foul. That was of silly variety. And he has 3 personal fouls, and it has not been an auspicious beginning for Butch Menninger.
So Menninger trying to play aggressive now, and he's trying to get after the ball. He's trying to make something happen defensively, but he doesn't move his feet quick enough that time. And there's the foul on Stevenson, and he makes a foul in a critical situation. You don't like to foul in the last minute or 2 of the half. You're just giving the other team a couple of free throws.
Especially when it's your 3rd personal foul. Stevenson now for the 1-and-1. Menninger has gone out. And he's been replaced by Byron Young. And Young lost the handle, and Stevenson got it right back.
Now they need to milk the clock and play a little bit with the ball and try to get a good shot. Run some of that 40-second clock with 1:20 to go.
Volley on the base.
Manny, I'm sure they want to run this all the way down and get it inside of 10 before they shoot it.
Stevenson thought about pulling the trigger outside, though. Cole forces that shot up.
A little too soon.
Barden kept it alive, and it'll belong, as Andre Sims also was working hard on that baseline, to the Bulldogs. Jervis Cole tonight, Dan, only 1 of 5 from the floor.
Well, he's done a pretty good job defensively, though, I think, around the basket. There's a turnover that they did not need to make, and let's see if Idaho State can convert. They can bring this right back down to about a 5-point game.
Rhode, Grizel, and now Garrity. With 50 seconds left in the first half, Byron Young working it inside, and going to have another foul.
Looks like it was on Lindsay around the basket. I really think the most important part of the game is the last 2 minutes of the half and the first 2 minutes of the second half. You just do not need to make mistakes. When you have an 8 or 9 point lead, you need to come in at halftime with that 8 or 9 points or lengthen it. But when you turn it over and you give that other team some life and they can come down the floor and close the lead, it makes a tremendous difference. Now Idaho State can close this to 5 if they can make a couple of free throws.
Todd Peterson, another junior college transfer, and he hits it. He's from College of Southern Idaho. Dan, they've had some great teams there over the years.
Well, you can go all the way back to the Boyd Grant days at College of Southern Idaho. They've had great stars there for many years.
Peterson. Indeed, he cuts it to 5, 28-23.
Now there's 49 on the game clock and 45 left, so they can run this clock all the way down and possibly give Idaho State maybe one last shot at it, but maybe not if they play good defense. I'd be surprised if they got it up too quick.
A near steal there by Grizel. Sims thought he was fouled. Stevenson and Bolly. 22 on the shot clock, 25 on the big clock. Nice pass to Lindsay. And we have a jump ball. And the indicator gives it back to the Bulldogs.
Well, that was a good pass inside that time to Lindsay, and I thought it was a shot he definitely could have put away. Even though there was some pressure on it, he still was a makeable one. And then the jump ball situation out of bounds at Fresno State, and then the turnover.
Nice play by Peterson to tip it away. And with 10 seconds left, the Bengals can really draw to within shouting distance. They're down 5 with 5 seconds left. Rhode from way out hits. That's a three-pointer from Jim Rhode. And the momentum swing at the end of the half. Fresno State had a 7-point lead, but the Bengals score 5 in the final minute to reduce it to 2. 28-26 on the three-pointer by Jim Rhode, the senior from Portland, Oregon. And Dan Belwamania has the coach of Fresno State. Couldn't be too pleased about that last minute.
Well, Ronnie, I thought your team played very well at the start of the game, and you could not be too happy with the last 2 minutes because they made a little comeback, but I thought it was promising at the start.
Well, we played well at the beginning, and defensively we've been pretty consistent all the way through. I'm really disappointed with our rebounding right now. There are a lot of situations where we're missing the follow-up, and early in the game they had a couple of opportunities to score off the board that we really have to eliminate.
Do you see anything that you're going to do differently the second half after watching this?
Well, they're switching defenses on us a bit. I think it's got us standing. We're going to have to execute a little bit better, especially with our man-to-man. We just have to do a better job around the basket. We've had a lot of opportunities.
I'll tell you the one thing I liked, I got to tell you, you can shoot the ball from the perimeter, I think, a lot better than you did before, and it's going to open up the inside game. You made some good three-pointers.
Well, I think we can. Unfortunately, against their zone, which has some huge gaps, the second 10 minutes of the half, we really didn't step into it and shoot it. We've got to do that better.
All right, Coach. Good luck the second half. Okay, Ron Adams, and now let's go to Randy Rosenblum.
A late run by Idaho State. We're at halftime. Bulldogs leading 28-26.
Going, gone. Beer drinkers are knocking
to within 2. Garrity was 6, and a lot of equality down the line.
Yeah, in fact, Rhodey's the leading scorer for both teams with 7.
And look who's on top for the Bulldogs. Renee Abel just played well at a block shot. Did a pretty good job on the boards, too. He was impressive.
Abel just was a bright spot, I thought, for Fresno State. Barton picks up 4. Not enough scoring as you go down the line. They need some help. Look where Cole is all the way at the bottom there with a couple of points.
But 8 men did get in the books for Ron Adams on the scoreboard. Both teams shooting 36% from three-point range. Bulldogs had more tries, but less accuracy, and both were accurate from the line. Rebounds dead even. Turnovers high, but I guess that's to be expected. And foul trouble for the big players of Idaho State. And the Bengals will have the ball first. They never led in that first half. Thus, they've never led in the game.
Yeah, they were down 25-16. Fresno State had the ball and some chances to score, did not convert, and the Bengals made a good comeback and narrowed the gap and made the last hoop at the end of the first half, that three-pointer from the perimeter, which narrowed it to 2, and now could take the lead or tie.
Rhode from outside, no good, and there's Cole clearing, and here come the Bulldogs.
Carried again.
Carrying it over, that's the second time tonight against Andre Sims. And on a break like that, when you have the overmatch, you really want to take advantage.
Well, the goal on a transition is to get a shot. There's the carries coming right now. Right here. Here it is right here. Carried it right over. I thought pretty good call.
With Dan Belwamany, I'm Randy Rosenblum. It's a tight one early in the second half. Bengals with a deuce could tie it. Rhode, the leading scorer, with 7. Grizel had 3 assists in that first half. He wearing number 25.
Riddlespringer trying to deny the post in there. Look at the way he's playing over the top, and Anderson's trying to back him out. They couldn't get the ball inside.
Right through the hands of Steve Garrity. We played 50 seconds. Nobody scoring here in the back half. Idaho State now with 14 miscues.
And they're back man-to-man, Randy. They're not going to stay in the zone. All alone inside. That time was Riddlespringer. They had an easy basket. And he couldn't handle a pass. Missed assignment by Idaho State. Nobody guarding Riddlespringer, but Fresno State could not convert.
And 11 turnovers for Ron Adams' team.
All alone here, looking inside. I don't think Riddlespringer was ready for it. Looked like it hit him right in the hands. He couldn't handle it. You know, sometimes like you're wide open, you're too open. Like you're looking around for somebody to guard you and there's nobody there.
A little bit too easy. Grizel with the left-hand jump shot. Wilbert Hooker. And the Bulldogs have been stuck at 28 for a long time. It was 28-21 in that first half. Then the Bengals closed to 28-26.
Grizel just cannot seem to get off. He's 0 for 4. Actually a pretty good shooter.
Hooker got it. That was a tough shot. He had Rhode in his face and still scored. And the freshman gives the Bulldogs a 4-point cushion at 30-26. 18 minutes left in the game. The winner to play the University of San Francisco at 8 o'clock for the Coors Light Classic Championship tomorrow night. Peterson hits. He was wide open, and he'll bury it if you don't get a hand in his face.
Good penetration that time by Rhode, who brought the defense in and then kicked it to Peterson for the jumper.
Cole off to Hooker. In low on the base. Not a good pass. Riddlespringer, fortunately, was held, though, by Peterson, where that would have been a turnover.
Yeah, you can throw it to the outside hand. That is the hand where the defender is not. But that time he threw it about 5 feet away from him. Riddlespringer just couldn't get to it. Very fortunate to get the foul in that situation.
Peterson is out, and Byron Young comes in for Jim Botan's Idaho State Bengals.
Peterson can't understand. He just got finished hitting the jumper, and they took him out of the game.
There's a block. Garrity not happy with that one. A pained expression for Steve as he goes for the walk, and it'll send Cole to the line.
Now Garrity thought he had a clean block. Jervis Cole this time with a jumper. Here comes Garrity with the left hand. Looked like he had a lot of the ball. Might have hit him with the body, but that's why he was upset.
Might have a pretty good argument. Jervis Cole, the senior, out of Washington Union High School. Has it been 4 years? I guess so. Very deliberate at that line. 3 points for Jervis tonight.
See if Fresno State goes into any type of press after they make the free throw. See if they go into any kind of a half court. They're going a little bit full court man-to-man. Sims trying to put some pressure on the ball. Now Grizel's got to go ahead and take this down the floor. Good recovery that time by Fresno State. Got the defense back, all 5 players, and stopped the break.
Byron Young. And Rhode, who's not reluctant from out there, but that's well short of the target. And able just with the easy rebound, uncontested. Cole.
Good
Great pass for Hooker. Hooker gets it right back and scores. What a pass, though, from the free throw line by the senior Jervis Cole.
Hooker running that baseline, missed the first chipping and got it right back and put it in. He's got 4.5, 7 for the game.
34-28, Bulldogs by 6 with 16:50 left in this one.
This is a team you really got to run the transition on. Fresno State's got to get that tempo going a little bit, get Idaho State in the running game. Idaho State wants to play the half-court game. They're not comfortable running the ball.
Garrity took it to the hole, and he was fouled by Riddlespringer. Here's that wonderful pass by Cole.
Yeah, Cole saw him. Look at Hooker's calling for the ball. Cole saw him underneath. I think he was a little surprised he missed this. Wide open inside, didn't make it, but good presence of mind to get it back again and bring it up on the glass and make it.
Steve Garrity will toe the line. Now Riddlespringer has picked up his 3rd personal foul, and Derek Barton has been summoned in. Garrity with 6 points and 3 rebounds. Can't hit either one, and Barden with some authority came down with it. It remains 34-28 Bulldogs. A dangerous pass and the theft by the ever-present Rhode. Set a school record of 68 last year. Rebound by Young, and he got it. Nice follow-up by Byron Young. 34-30. You can't dance with it too long outside with Rhode. He's got quick hands.
Rhode did an excellent job that time to cause that transition and score. He knows the game.
Hooker for 3.
There he is
Rebound
again.
Rhode. He's right around the ball seemingly every time. And he'll go end to end. Abel just cleared. Bulldogs not running, though. After Abel just took it down, they said, let's go into our half-court game.
You have to like Rhode's tenacity, though. Every time he gets the rebound, every time he gets there, he is again.
He's in the press section.
He's in our
now.
section.
Yeah. He wants some TV time.
Yeah, he wanted to join us.
What an effort by Jim Rhode.
All right.
But his Bengals are trailing. 15 minutes, 42 seconds left. Bulldogs leading 34-30.
If you think you can handle the big, bold taste of Extra Gold Draft, hang on. This is the full tilt draft real beer drinkers have been thirsty for. And it looks like they aren't going to let go. Grab hold of an Extra Gold. It's the biggest taste that's happened to beer since they put it in cans.
The world's fastest race cars run around 200 miles per hour at about 9,000 RPMs and require a major overhaul between runs. The Steel 028 Super Chainsaw is designed and tested to run just as hard, day after day. The precision engineering of a fine race car, the durability of steel. It's specially priced right now, so race down to your nearest steel dealer. Steel's the one.
Gottschalk's irresistible raisins are the hottest craze and great fun for all ages. California raisin figurines, $2.75 and $6 in Gottschalk's stationery department.
One of the reasons Idaho State is staying close to Fresno State is number 21, Jim Rhode.
Terrific anticipation that time as you see him make a header right into the table. Almost got us. Good effort by Rhode, though, to take it all the way in and try to make that steal. Of course, led this club in steals.
Bulldogs only shooting 38% for the game, but the Bengals only at 35%. Steal by Young on the errant pass by Cole. 34-30. Garrity lobbing it in low to Peterson. Rhode from outside. And there's Barden sweeping again inside for that board.
Rhode's had two open jumpers he normally puts down and hasn't been able to. Cole's got to shoot that one. Hey, I think he's hesitating a little too long. He had the jumper. Could have taken it right in. Instead, tried to draw the foul. Transition is what Fresno State's trying to push the ball up the floor. Sims makes the good go-ahead pass. Cole had the jumper, I thought. Then went ahead and tried to make the pump fake, and he did draw the foul. Neither team can really get off and string some baskets. It seems like when you make one, the other club comes back and scores, or they try to fight each other. No one can really get off and make 3 or 4 hoops in a row.
6 points now for Jervis, who was second team All Big West last year. Of course, it was the PCAA then. And accurate from the line, 4 of 5. That appears to be an area that the Dogs are much improved in. Foul shooting.
Foul shooting will win you a lot of games.
I specifically remember a game at Long Beach last year. They lost because they didn't shoot well at the line. They would have won that game. 36-30. Fresno State by 6 points. 15 minutes left in the game.
Oh, almost a steal by Cole that time. He put some good defense on, just didn't get it. They're having a hard time making that lateral pass. There goes Rhode with the left hand. Good
that's
play.
A great play, and he drew the foul.
He's a competitive player, isn't he? You got to like him.
That's why I was the Big Sky MVP in the tournament 2 years ago.
Well, of course, he's left-handed, and he turns the corner. You've got to overplay that left a little bit, and that time Stevenson's kind of on the wrong side. Abel just comes for the help, and then the foul, but he goes ahead. Rhode goes ahead, puts it in, and draws the foul, and he's going to make a three-pointer.
Talk about the will to win. Certainly Rhode is the leader, and he does not want to lose. He only wants to win. Another rebound for the Dogs, Derek Barden. 36-32, but Fresno State can't shake the Bengal Tigers. Barden had a tip to win. It's an aggressive defensive team from Pocatello. And here comes Rhode again.
You better watch him because he'll take it straight in.
He is certainly not shy, and he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's igniting Idaho State.
Yeah, he likes to go end-to-end with the ball, and he likes to take it all the way to the basket. Now, right now, he's thinking, I'm taking this one all the way through, and no one establishes any defensive help to stop him. There's the foul by Sims. Good call.
Sammy Lindsay is in for the Bulldogs, and Renee Abel just has left for Ron Adams.
any type of a transition, Randy, you need to stop that point guard. You need to slow him down and make him stop his dribble. If he continues with the basketball all the way down the floor, he will create some problems.
Putnam High School, Portland, Oregon. You know who played basketball at Putnam?
No, I do not know who played basketball at Putnam High School.
The setup line. Scott Johnson, the sports information director here at Fresno State.
Did he set any records there?
If he had any records, this young man, Rhode, broke them. So Scott is considerably older. He hits them both, and suddenly it's a 2-point game again, and the natives are restless. 11 for Jim Rhode.
Leading scorer in the game.
That's what he averaged a year ago, 11 points. Hooker has that base open.
Might have had a charge. No, they called a block. Woo. See if they count the hoop. They did count it. Well, this time he's going to take it all the way into the back. Now, let's see if he's there, if he's set. I don't know. It looked like he was moving a little bit.
Pretty good pick on the outside by Sammy Lindsay,
too. Looked like he was moving a little bit. Need to be set and established and get your both feet on the ground.
Freshman's hit a couple big hoops when the Bengals have closed to within 2. Misses here. Garrity fights for and has the rebound.
Well, Hooker's had a good game. He's got 9 points, and he's created some situations, made an outside jumper. Can't expect too much from freshmen. There's not very many impact players going to come in and turn you around.
Young backdoor to the ever-present Rhode.
Walk.
That time he traveled.
He didn't like that call. Very nifty inside, though, isn't he, when he gets the ball?
And the Bengals are looking for him now. They're going to their senior leader.
I'll look for him, too. Just keep putting it in. There's the pump fake. See if he... Oh, yeah. Oh, good call. Hop, skip, and a jump inside.
He's the captain of the Bengals. Sims and Hooker. Cole, who's only 1 of 7 from the floor so far tonight.
Good ball movement. Need to
Cole
make that shot.
Trying to find a shot, can't get. Try, no good. That was by Barden. Cole lost it. Hit from behind by Peterson. And now Hooker fouls Grizel.
Inadvertent, but still a foul. Can't trip him coming up the floor. Let's go back to the Barden semi-dunk, though. I think Barden should have came down with the ball. Hard to make it. Hard for Barden to make this shot. I mean, when you think about it, he's 2 feet away. Might have been easier to come down with the ball and then go back up.
But you can see his strength.
Difficult to tell a guy that, though.
He is really strong, though. He just burrowed his way in.
It's one of those spectacular plays if you make it, but you don't normally make that very often.
38-34. Fresno State by 4. 13 minutes, 10 seconds left in this one.
It's gotten really down to a half-court game, hasn't it?
Both and that's what Idaho State wants,
yeah,
man.
It's their game. They're in a half-court. They don't want to be in a transition. They want to come down and play in the half, and that's what's going on.
Jim Botan has to be thrilled at his first half and now second half performance. Grizel hits a 3-pointer, and suddenly it's a 1-point game.
See, Grizel's a pretty good outside shooter, and he's been bagel up to now. He gets off to Snyder there and picks up a 3-pointer, and look out if he gets going.
That's his first make in 5 tries, and he made it a home run try. Remember, the Bengals have never led. The Bulldogs have been a wire-to-wire job so far, and there's the you-know-who.
Rhode
it was
again.
Rhode that stole it. Remember the 68 thefts a year ago, a school record for Idaho State, and they can capture the lead for the first time tonight.
Rhode wants the ball, too. Look at him. He wants the ball.
So does Peterson. He's fouled by Sammy Lindsay.
Well, regardless of the outcome, I think Coach Jim Botan has to be happy with the way his club is playing because they did not give up. They were down 10. There's Peterson on a drive to the basket. Lindsay with that kind of defense, like, well, let's not get in front of them. Let's get on the side of them and let them go in. You got to get in front of them. Can't let those guys just drive right down the middle.
Jervisco has come out. And Pat Riddlespringer with the 3 personal fouls has checked back in. And Todd Peterson has an opportunity to give Idaho State its first lead of the game with 12 minutes and 13 seconds left. That one ties it. It was tied at 0-0, and that's been it. It's been an uphill struggle until now. And now Peterson, a blue-collar player, can give his squad the lead, and doesn't. Rebound by Garrity, though. Rebound, Barden.
Well, that's a blue-collar team. They got a lot of blue-collar players, but Idaho State's a kind of a blue-collar team. They're just going to go out and scrap and fight you. Nope, no basket.
A turnover and wipe out the goal. And the Bulldogs are in a dogfight with 11:58 left in the game. Fresno State 38. Idaho State 38. More in a moment.
Bulldog basketball is brought to you by Toyota. There's quality, then there's Toyota quality. Who could ask for anything more?
And Pepsi is offering a special $5 rebate with the purchase of an ET video and Pepsi.
Meet your next truck. The truck for '89. The all-new Toyota V6 4x4 SR5. The most advanced V6 engine in its class. All-new on-the-move four-wheel demand. And a brand-new look that says Toyota quality.
It's everything I ever wanted.
Toyota, you could ask for anything more.
This is a big call.
Yeah.
Wilbert Hooker say, was they out of bounds? I guess so.
Yeah, what they're trying to figure out was they're saying that Hooker's foot was out of bounds when he took the shot. Maybe his right foot was on the line when he brought it together. What a big play that is, because that takes 3 away.
At Idaho State, who has never led, Garrity can't give him the lead, and Riddlespringer comes down with it, although Scott Roberts nearly took it away.
What a great shot for Idaho State, though. They came right down, had it off the glass. Easy shot for Garrity. I thought he put that one away. Good pass. Good pass.
Now we had a foul before the attempt.
Now, see, I don't like that call if you're an official. I mean, you're penalizing a team with the advantage. I mean, that was sort of a ticky-tack foul. Let him go ahead and get the ball. He's got great position. They executed beautifully. Let Abel just go in and make the basket instead of blowing the whistle. That kind of a foul helps the defense. Why help the defense when they're out of position? I say let them go all the way and score it.
Each side now with 5 team fouls. That's 4 fouls, however, on Todd Peterson. They're checking now at the scorer's table whether it is 3 or 4.
Well, they've got 4 on the board. But Jim Boutin says, no, that's 3. He can't figure out where the 4th one came. Well, that's why when you go on the road, I really believe as a coach, you need to have one of your own people up at the scorer's bench sitting with the official scorekeeper, because the only book that counts is the official book. And if they make a mistake early in the game and no one picks up on it, you can't make the correction now. It's impossible.
Now, Jim Stupin's going to come over. And Jim is talking to the sideline, and there's Scott Roberts. Never checked in the game. We'll see if they whistle a technical foul against him. I believe that's going to be the call, because Scott Roberts...
Well, he ran by the bench. I thought he did. He ran by the bench and he waved. Now, when you're on the road, you can't do that either. You just can't wave when you're going. You got to tell them I'm going in the game.
Well, they passed us a note that there would be a technical foul, but so far they haven't shot it.
No technical. Yeah, he's saying he reported. I mean, that's a hard technical. Yeah, you can't give anybody a technical on that. But I'll tell you, as a young player, you'd better make sure you're pointing and they know you're going in. Just don't nonchalant, especially when you're on the road.
And with all that, we're still tied at 38. And the Bulldogs still in search of an offense. An excellent defense by Idaho State. It really turned it up in the second half.
There's no question their best defense is man-to-man. They started in that zone, and it just wasn't them. And now the man-to-man has hurt them. There's another turnover.
Grizel goes all the way. And that's the first lead of the night as Aaron Grizel gives Idaho State a 40-38 advantage.
I almost couldn't believe Grizel didn't pass it ahead. He had a man wide open. All he did was make the bounce pass, but he took it in himself. The crowd has to get in this game. I don't know where you are, crowd, but the Bulldogs need you now.
Grizel missed his first 4. He's canned his last 2, including a 3-pointer, plus that driving layup.
And And this is not very boisterous in here. You need to get the fans going a little bit. This is not a home court advantage.
Sims working it in low to Abel, just fortunate to get it to Hooker, who gets the three-pointer on a soft roll.
I like Hooker. I think Hooker's going to be a valuable addition.
41-40. Bulldogs now by a single digit.
Now the thing is, Randy, he's doing his part by making the outside shots. Now someone has to score around the basket. Abel just is making the pass instead of looking for the shot. When you get it in there, take it all the way in.
Now the fans get into the game. That's Cylinder Arena.
That was about time.
The three-pointer ignited him. Exhorting the Bulldogs on. Grizel hits 3 in a row and his second three-pointer, and that quiets him in a hurry.
Well, he was bageled for a while at 0. Now he's got 8. He's 0 for 5. Now he's made 2 three-pointers and a driving layup to give the Bengals a 2-point lead and a turnover by Sims, and I think that's his 4th.
And Ron Adams is going back to the bench for senior Kevin Stevenson.
Grizel's got it going. Grizel's saying, hey, Coach, I got it going now. Don't take me out.
But I think it's been all ignited by Jim Rhode.
Yeah, well, Jim Rhode's the catalyst of this club, but they did say in the shooting round today that look at Grizel, he's an excellent shooter, and he really didn't play very well. Now, all of a sudden, in the last 7-8 minutes, he's ignited this club along with Rhode. Good guard play, and there's a terrific steal.
Riddlespringer, half-court break. The game is tied at 43. Pat Riddlespringer, Hoover High School, Fresno, California.
You know what I liked about that, Randy? He made sure on that basket. He didn't try to go for a spectacular dunk. He's saying we need to hoop. He wanted to make sure he made it, which I thought was a poised play for a freshman.
Garrity on the wing, and there's Rhode, and he draws the foul. Let's look at that marvelous effort by Riddlespringer again.
Good anticipation by Riddlespringer there with the lead hand, knocks it away, makes the recovery, sees he's in the open court. Instead of going for the dunk, he's thinking, let's just make sure. Just want to put this one right over the top of the front rim. Then Rhode, of course, answers.
He will counter each and every time, won't he? Grizel will get a breather, and this young man, Mike Chatterton, is back in.
That surprises me a little bit because Grizel really has it going in the second half. I don't look for him to be out too long.
Idaho State leads by 1 again. The point total misleading. Rhode does so much for his club.
Yeah, I think Rhode's got 12. There it is. Now we're on sync. Rhode with 13 now.
45-43. Bulldogs trailing by 2. Just over 9 minutes left in the game, and Chatterton working hard defensively. Stevenson with the penetration, the pass. Off of Byron Young. The Bulldogs will get it back.
It looked like it was off Young. Now it's the Idaho State defense that's putting the pressure on Fresno, where I thought Fresno had that pressure early in the first half. But Idaho State's gone back to their bread and butter defense here, and they've done an excellent job. There it is again.
Tipped away by Young, but Chatterton was falling down, and he lost it.
Wow.
Hooker from outside. Alleman clears. This Idaho State team is, when you talked about blue collar, they work you, and they work you hard.
Thought maybe Hooker shot that a little quick, but it's hard to fault him. A good outside shooter. He was in rhythm and thought he could make it. In fact, he was right on the front rim. There it is again.
Alleman is free inside. Tipped by Byron Young. I believe Alleman will get detected for the personal, and it is.
And the one thing that Ron Adams is concerned about is that Idaho State has taken over the offensive boards. They're getting second and third shots on the boards. They get it inside, and Alleman has a shot here he should have made. Now, the tip-in definitely should have gone in. Look at this tip. Got a nice little ball that bounces on the back rim, and then Alleman makes the foul going over the back.
You just sense that Idaho State is working harder than the Bulldogs right now.
Cannot give him so many second efforts. Ron Adams was concerned about that at halftime when he went in, and Idaho State has continued to dominate on the offensive end.
Approaching 8 minutes left. The winner to meet USF at 8 o'clock tomorrow night for the Coors Light Classic title. Triple teamed on Cole. Riddlespringer gets it back.
Tough spot for a freshman. Riddlespringer and Hooker are in there and in a situation where the game's on the line, and it's not easy. Looks like a travel there, too. Like he walked before he shot the ball.
Credit good defense to the Idaho State Bengals.
Well, they held position well that time. Fresno State making a concerted effort to get it inside, an excellent pass, but then they're going to get him for a travel.
7:55 left in this one, and surprisingly, it's Idaho State leading by 2.
Bulldog Basketball is brought to you by Allstate for home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Compassion. You can't teach it or place too great a value on it, but you could measure it down this very road on the morning of June 23rd. In the actions of Allstate Claims Adjuster Don Mulder, who at 5 a.m. drove 60 miles to a fire site, all just to shorten the distance between a man's loss and a man's recovery. People like Don Mulder, another reason.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Going, gone. Beer drinkers are knocking the doors down for the full tilt taste of extra gold draft. They're treating every can, every bottle, every 12-pack, or case they can get their hands on like pure gold. Extra gold. When a beer that packs this big a taste comes along, you gotta go for it.
Welcome back to Cylinder Arena with Dan Belwamini. I'm Randy Rosenblum. The Coors Light Classic in Idaho State with just under 8 minutes left, ahead by 2. And they own ball possession, and it's been defense in the second half for Idaho State, really shutting down the Bulldogs.
Well, I thought Rhode brought him back at the end of the first half. Critical part in the game, Randy, when Fresno State had an 8-point lead in the ball. Yet Idaho State came right back in the last minute and a half and closed it to 2, and it's been a dogfight. And this guy right here has been hot.
Aaron Grizel.
He has been hot.
Underline Grizel. He's shooting the lights out at another turnover. And Kevin Stevenson couldn't read Wilbert Hooker. Grizel's hit 4 straight. He has 10 points all in the second half, and Idaho State leading by 4. And we're running out of time. 7:20 left in the game.
And there's no question who has the confidence right now. It's Idaho State. Good steal by Fresno. They need to put this away.
Riddlespringer scores, but it was Stevenson's theft that made it happen.
They needed that turnover.
47-45. Did you expect a nail-biter? I didn't.
No, I did not really. I thought Idaho State did not look good in their 2 exhibition games. And coming in here, I thought that the fans would bother them. They have not. Of course, the fans have been real quiet. But Idaho State has gained a lot of confidence the second half. Rhode has led them, and Grizel with his outside shooting. And Fresno State's had not been able to rebound nor convert in the open court. They're playing real hard. They're just getting no reward for it.
Now the Bulldogs pick up their defensive intensity, and a steal by Riddlespringer. And now a 2-pointer could tie it. Of course, the bomb could give them the 1-point advantage. Riddlespringer finds Cole, and he's traveled.
Again. How many times has that happened? The 4th or 5th traveling call. That time, momentum was in Fresno State's favor. There's Cole inside with the ball. See, he hits that little hop, skip, and a jump before he puts it on the ground.
Hooker is out, and Andre Sims has replaced him.
Not a good line for Cole.
It's been a rough night for the senior from Washington Union High School. Rhode. Rebound. Andre Sims leading a break to Barden, and there's Rhode at the other end. Marvelous effort after missing the shot for Rhode to get back defensively.
Yeah, selection on the open court by Sims, gave it to the wrong person. He did not see Rhode coming from behind. Had he seen Rhode, who was sneaking in, he would have gave it the other way.
Rhode goes out. So you would think this is a point in the game that the Bulldogs got to make their move. Replaced by Scott Roberts. 47-45. Rhode getting a breather, sitting down with 13 points. Stevenson. Tipped by Cole. Cole keeps it alive. Terrific effort by Jervis Cole.
Intensity by Cole that time to keep that all alone underneath Riddlespringer.
And he's fouled.
Good eyes by Cole to pick him up. I didn't think he saw him. I saw him. I had to pass. A little different when you have the ball, though.
That should be 5 personal fouls on this man, Ton Peterson.
Riddlespringer was running a baseline that time, and Jervis Cole, what a great effort, though, by Cole to get the ball back. He not only deflects it, now Cole's going to come right back in the picture and make the pass. After the swing, Sims is going to go to Barton. Out of Cole. Look at Cole finding Riddlespringer underneath, who takes it in strong and draws the foul, and I believe it was Peterson's 5th.
He's been replaced by Byron Young, number 22. So with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game, Riddlespringer needs 2 to tie it. Now the best he can do is draw the Bulldogs to within 1. 0 of 2 from the line tonight. It's a 1-point contest. Rene Abelgis, who is effective early but has been on the bench for a long time, has reported he'll be in the next time it's dead for Fresno State. Roberts and Grizel. Rhode getting a breather on the sideline for the Bengals. Roberts takes it all away.
Oh, someone grabbed the rim up there. No call. Oh, Roberts almost stole it again.
Bulldogs in search of the lead again. Cole fouled by Garrity. This has become a very rough game, very physical.
That time, though, again, a good transition as Andre Sims forces the ball up the floor and finds Cole around the basket. Cole took it in. Smart play. Take it to the basket. Try to draw the foul. Garrity fouled him.
5 minutes, 20 seconds left. Idaho State has called a timeout, leading by 1.
Buying a bargain tire is like buying a bargain parachute. Because all the tire between you and the road is this, about as much as the width of your finger. That's why you should ask for Bridgestone. Bridgestone's strong suit is strong technology, patented technology like nothing else in the world. At 65 miles an hour, remember this and remember Bridgestone!
Does the workload at your office ever bring things to a standstill? Go to the computer specialists at Boots and see how the incredibly fast NEC PowerMates can help you with accounting, word processing, file management, desktop publishing, or almost anything else your business needs. The NEC PowerMates have the speed and power to turn days of work into hours, and the computer specialists at Boots will show you how. Check out the NEC PowerMates at Fresno's leading computer dealer. Check with Boots.
I'm Kevin Sweeney, reminding you that the same expert sports doctors and therapists who worked with me are available to you 7 days a week at Star Clinic on Fresno Street, just north of Bullard.
Rene Abel, just 6 points, 6 rebounds, and a terrific block in the first half. About to come back in for Ron Adams' team. 47-46, Idaho State leading. But Jervis Cole will go to the free throw line. I want to remind everyone the championship game at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And the winner will play USF. At 6 o'clock, the team that suffers a heartbreak loss here will have to face Pan American, who looked pretty good down the stretch and nearly stole a game away from the Dons earlier tonight. Yeah. USF won by 10.
They played a good second half. Well, Abel just was going to go in for the shooter, Jervis Cole, but Ron Adams has changed his mind. Brought Rene back to the bench, so evidently he's not going to be coming in.
That one ties it. Now Cole can give Fresno State the lead.
Sure, Ron wants to have a smaller team in the game to try to exert some defensive pressure. Play Barden at the post and see if you can get some turnovers. Maybe try to play Rene on offense. Next time there's a dead ball at the other end. There's a good rebound to score.
Evan Stevenson, the little guard, got inside. Well, he doesn't play so little. He's 6'3", but amongst the tall trees, that's a terrific effort.
Well, one of the first things you need to do is block out, and that time Garrity lets Stevenson get way inside of him, who takes the outside route and just goes in and gets the ball and puts it up on the glass and makes the basket. And a good effort by Stevenson to take it all the way in and get it and score.
This could become a 4-point play after the one foul. Then the basket and perhaps another foul. Stevenson. makes it a 4-point play. And suddenly it's the Bulldogs by 3 at 50-47.
Back in the zone now. Fresno State's going to go on a 1-2-2 and try to match up.
Rhode has come back in after a brief respite.
Now you better get to Grizel. He's had a hot hand. If you're in the zone, you better know where Rhode on the floor is and Grizel. 25 and 21 are the two shooters. Got to get
Rhode from long range. Stevenson clears. The break. Sims. Back to Stevenson.
Whoa!
Slam dunk by Cole.
Well, Cole got the fans going. I like that one.
A little bit of the frustration is gone. Jervis, a big-time play. And it's 52-47.
That was a big-time dunk.
Young got it right back, though. Byron at the other end.
That was an important answer for Idaho State after that dunk to come back and score.
4:15 remains. There's Rhode hawking the ball. And a foul on Stevenson.
Rhode came right back, caused the turnover, went after the ball, and Stevenson pushed him going after it. Rod Adams not liking the call.
And it's a loose ball situation, so Rhode, with each team at 7 fouls, has a 1-and-1.
Big play there, because you not only you don't get possession of the ball, but you're giving the other team a chance to get a 1-on-1. Fresno State that had a brief 5-point lead after the dunk. And the Bengals can cut it back to 1.
52-50. 4 minutes, 12 seconds left.
They won't go away, will they? Idaho State's going to stay in there with them.
There is a method to their madness. They will do whatever it takes to stay close. Stevenson goes out, and Hooker returns. The ringleader of the Bengals, Jim Rhode. Rebound Young, though. And we're at a brand new ball game. So much for the 5-point lead. The return by Byron Young. Exactly 4 minutes left.
He made 2 big baskets after Fresno State went to a 5-point lead. Again, not a block out on the lane. And that's happened so often. Rhode with the steal again. They're going to get him with a foul this time. I mean, he is all over the place. And he really has terrific anticipation. He follows the ball, and he goes after it. And I thought almost had it.
He is a magician hawking the ball. He had 7 thefts in one game last year against Weber State, which is a school record. These are important at this stage. 1-and-1 for Wilbert Hooker. That's a composed freshman at the free throw line. Fresno State leading 53-52.
Well, they've gotten 22 from Hooker and Riddlespringer. They're 2 freshmen.
As calm as one can be. Each possession now is magnified in its importance. Garrity nearly lost it. Olivan not close with his try, but Rhode kept it alive and tipped it back to Grizel.
Bulldogs had a fast break dunk on both of those situations that they could have gained control. Barton was down the floor. He can shoot it. He has been
way out.
They can't get the
There's
ball.
Garrity rebounded. Now they steal it from behind. And it was Hooker.
You know what happens, Randy, is sometimes players tend to sneak down the floor instead of going back and defensive rebounding it. You know, they anticipate their teammate's going to get it, and you can't do that. In that situation, all 5 Fresno players almost have to go back and get it off the board because Idaho State's attacking the offensive boards.
I want to remind our viewers we'll be back on next week at 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, at 5 o'clock. That'll be on Tuesday. From Louisiana Tech. 5 second violation.
Tried to call a timeout, but the official had gotten to 5.
It's a 54-52 lead for the Bulldogs. Once again on Tuesday at 5 from Ruston, Louisiana. I'll be joined by Derek Dickey on the call there. Louisiana Tech and Fresno State. But right now, this one very much in doubt. Who will play USF in the title game tomorrow night? 2:45 left. Fresno State leading by 2. Cole trying to do overtime out on that defensive.
Yeah, he's trying to take a page out of Rhode's book. There's a foul.
Trying to do too much.
Now, you need to be aggressive, but you need to temper that with good position. You can't just blindly go after the ball. Ill-advised foul by Cole that time. He's playing with a lot of intensity. You like the fact he's going for the ball, but not a foul you really want to make, and he really didn't have a chance to get that one.
And he sends Aaron Grizel to the line. They say of Grizel, he's the most vocal leader on the team. Well, he's leading by example in this second half. All 10 points in the back half. And he has found his shot. The next charity could tie him. Fresno State leading by 1. 2 minutes, 36 seconds left.
It's been the Idaho State backcourt that's done it for him.
The deadlock at 54. Well, this is a character builder early in the season.
Well, it's the kind of game that can really help your young players if you can win it. I mean, and a loss really never helps anybody, but if you can win it, Hooker, good pass. There's freshman to freshman that time. Riddle Sprigger to Hooker for the basket.
And Hooker moving without the ball and got free underneath. Bulldogs by a basket. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left in this one.
Hooker's got 16. At least by my count, he's got 16.
Alleman on the baseline. Well, that's a shot that has not been in the repertoire for the Bengals tonight. But at a big time, Darren Alleman connects. A minute 50 remains in this contest. Could we have overtime in our first contest of the year? Cole. And Hooker. Riddle Sprigger inside to Barden, and he's fouled.
Well, Riddle Sprigger has a definite knowledge of the game. He makes look at the pass he makes. Now, a lot of people say, what about the pass? The pass he makes is Garrity picks up his 4th foul. Look where he throws the ball. He doesn't throw it straight in. He throws it on the outside hand, perfect position for Barden to pick it up and take it in. That's not an easy pass to make under any conditions, but especially for a freshman in the last minute when the score is tied, I think it's an excellent play.
Bijou Bali comes in for his defensive skills, replacing Hooker. Idaho State, Jim Botan's going to burn one of those timeouts. It's tied at 56. Foul shots will be coming up for the Bulldogs as they try to break the deadlock with a minute 37 left in the game.
Bulldog Basketball is brought to you by Online Computers Plus. Come grow with us with 4 Valley locations.
Anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, do you happen to know where I could find a good mechanic?
Someone who knows what they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Someone you can trust?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody like that, Murph?
Sure do.
At a gas station?
No, a 76 Protec station. Our mechanics are trained at a 76 Protec school.
So your guys get it right the first time?
Guaranteed.
Sounds great, Murph. Now, do you happen to know where I can find a good barber?
With the spirit of 76.
Come into Online Computers Plus and save on Epson printer products. This sale is bigger than ever with exciting specials on the full line of Epson printers. For example, the Epson LX800 with near letter quality print mode for just $219, or the Epson LQ500 with features like 24 pin letter quality print and multiple print styles with the touch of a button. When you've got an Epson, you've got a lot of company. Online Computers Plus is located in Fresno, Visalia, Modesto, and Stockton.
We're tied at 56. A minute 37 left in the game. Derek Barden will have 2 free throws. A very important commodity is timeouts, and the Bulldogs in good shape in that area.
Barden, an excellent free throw shooter, really. For a guy that's really not a very good perimeter shooter, he shot about 75, 76%. Of course, you knew you'd jinx him after saying that right on the front rim. But still not a bad free throw shooter. I'm sure Ron Adams didn't mind having Barden at the line.
1 of 2, and it's a 1-point game. The odd digit, thus a basket of the normal variety, to give the Bengals the lead. 90 seconds left in this one, and it has been a dandy, especially in the second half. The intensity level has been very high.
Yeah, by both teams. It's been a well-played second half. Both clubs have come out and shot well and played good intensity on defense. And now there's a difficult shot.
For 3 points, rebound volley.
You know he has a hot hand, but I'm sure Coach Jim Boutin did not like that shot.
No reason to go for the three down by 1 point.
No, let's get the ball inside. Fresno State needs to work the ball, and I'm sure you'll let them shoot the ball someplace around the basket. I'm sure they'd like to go to Barden or Cole. Shot
Sims
clock
on Grizel.
Clock at 27, so they still got plenty of time.
There's the ever-present Rhode picking the pocket of Sims, and Rhode rides it in and scores and is fouled. Oh, what a big play by the senior Jim Rhode. I haven't seen very many guards, Dan, that play the passing lane any better than Jim Rhode.
Well, Rhode's looking steal all the time, and he got right in the pass. You called, look at him play that passing lane. You just cannot make the easy pass over him, and he's on the left side, and Riddlespriger's going to be late getting there. Rhode's going to take it in strong with his natural hand. Good call, because Riddlespriger did chest him. And Idaho State with a chance to win this one.
And Ron Adams calls his first time out. He has 3 remaining, trying to freeze Rhode a little bit. But I don't know. Jim Rhode, under the pressure, has been dynamic tonight for Idaho State.
Well, he's got 16, 9 in the second half, and of course, Grizel picked up 12 in the second half. But the spark, I really think, hit this club in the last 2 minutes of the first half. I keep going back to it, but I thought they were almost down and out. They were down 25-16, then 28-20. And Fresno could not put them away in that situation when they had the ball, Randy. And Idaho State came right back at the end of the half and closed it to 2. And from then, the Bengals have come out and played an excellent second half and now have a chance to win the game.
And it was Rhode right at the buzzer hitting a 3-pointer and that momentum swing right there as they went right into the locker room. Rhode's number's 14 points. When he toes the line, he's hit 6 of 8. He has 4 steals. He's precious.
Now I've got him for 60. Look at the official scores. Got him for 14. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to give more points.
He deserves more.
Yeah.
As for Ron Adams, he maps out strategy, knowing that his team is trailing in the final minute of this game. Just 44 seconds left. They've gotten 16 from the freshman hooker. Riddlespriger has contributed as well. Cole has not had a good shooting game.
I didn't think Ron Adams figured on that. You know, you start 2 freshmen, you say, well, they got to be a little nervous, and then they come out and be your leading scorers, and you're kind of wondering a little bit.
Rhode wearing a very nice smile, and well, he should. There it is, the 14 points and the 4 steals. That makes it a 2-point game. At home, the old adage, I guess you play for a tie. It's like baseball. You're down by 2, and there's the timeout.
Well, I think you got to get yourself in a 2-possession situation with 42 seconds. I think they got to look to take a fairly quick shot. You're not going to run this one all the way down. And then if you miss, you look to foul, because you don't want to run it all the way down, and then you don't get a chance for another shot at it, because even if you foul and you're down 2, they still have to make 2 free throws. You still got the 3-point chance when you come back. I don't think you look for 3 now.
You don't like that aspect at all?
I don't think you do. I think right now that, Fresno State has not been a great 3-point shooting team. Now, if you work the ball and the defense sags in, and a guy like Hooker maybe gets a shot, or you get a good opportunity, then yes. But to look for it exclusively in this situation, no.
As we look into that huddle, Jim Boutin has to be so proud. His team did not play well in the workouts. Their 2 exhibition games, they were just totally confused. And now he looks up on the scoreboard. He's leading Fresno State on the road and is only 40 seconds away from a victory.
Well, I know what he's thinking. You got to be really happy with the way his team has played. But the ultimate thing is, he's really happy when they win the game. I mean, you don't need any moral victories at this point. You need to go in there and try to get off the season right and win a game on the road. And I'm sure what he's telling his players is, let's make them shoot the ball on the outside. Let's not give them anything easy, and don't foul them. Let's make sure if they score, we're going to bring the ball down, maybe call a timeout and go for the last shot. I'm sure he'd love that. He'd have taken this situation before the game started, obviously. But even if Fresno State scores, if he can go ahead and play for the last shot, it's still an ideal position to be in if you're the visitor and with 8 new players and you come into a place like Fresno. So I'm sure that he's very happy right now, but he knows a lot can go wrong in the last 40 seconds.
This is the 10th year of the Classic. It used to be called the Sun Mat. This year, the Coors Light. Fresno State has always gotten to the finals. They've never been knocked off in the first round.
Well, this is a situation now where you definitely go to your best player. Right now, you've got to go to your bread and butter.
There it is. Rhode with the steal. Half-court break. He's fouled.
They're going to call that intentional. That's going to be 2 the ball out of bounds. Got to be intentional.
And that may be the game. Jim Stupin immediately came in and said, yes, it is an intentional foul. So he'll get the foul shots. And Idaho State, led by Jim Rhode,
this guy's all over.
Bulldogs by the neck.
Yeah, this guy's all over the place. He's playing every passing lane, and he's looking for the steal, and he brings it all the way down. There's the intentional. Now, had it gone in, you're still going to get yourself a free throw, but if it does not go in, it's 2 the ball out of bounds. So Rhode can put this one away.
2 shots plus the ball.
Well, it's been the Rhode story all the way. His defense has ignited this club. He's going to give Fresno a breath of life. Not over yet, even though they get the ball out of bounds.
24 seconds left in the game.
I'm surprised he missed that throw. I thought
he
he'd
really
make them both.
plays with reckless abandon. The captain, senior. You could see why he was the MVP of the tournament in the Big Sky a couple years ago, leading them into the NCAA tournament. All the cliches, you know, he works 110%. They all apply to this young man. And it's a 3-point game in the clenched fist, and it's out of bounds to the Bengals. And they will call timeout and diagram what they have to do to try to keep the ball away from the Dogs.
Well, they know they're going to get fouled right away, and I think that the big thing you do in this situation, if you're Idaho State, is you make sure you can get the ball inbounds. You do not need to make a turnover on the inbound pass. If you're Ron Adams, I'm sure he's saying to his club that we've got to overplay, look for the steal. If we don't get the steal, we need to foul the first available person. You can't wait and be selective on who you foul with 24 seconds to go. You need to go ahead and make a foul and hope you get a miss. But you know, Ray, this game's not over yet. I mean, it does not look good for Fresno State, but they can still come back on this.
Well, they're 1 shot behind,
yeah,
really.
They're 1 shot behind, and they have to get a turnover, or they have to hope for a miss on a 1-on-1. Of course,
with Dan Belwamity, I'm Randy Rose. We want to remind you we'll be on tomorrow. Steve Bizion and Dan Belwamity will call, I'm not sure what game right now. Maybe the 6 o'clock game in Pan American in Fresno State. If the Bulldogs miraculously can pull this one out, then it'll be an 8 o'clock affair with the USF Dons, your old team. Idaho State leading 60-57, and it's been fueled by a terrific effort by Jim Rhode and Aaron Grizel, the backcourt combination of Idaho State.
I think a guy that's played very well the second half is Byron Young. I thought he came in and gave number 22 and made a lot of critical. Remember when they had that 5-point lead after the dunk? Young's the one who made the 2 baskets and then the conversion to get it right back to 1 point break or get it right back even again.
And the reason he's getting this many minutes is because Todd Peterson fouled out. So that's productivity off the bench.
Now you need a quick foul and a steal.
There's the steal. But they get it right back, and there's a foul from behind. And Fresno State will be shooting free throws, and Rhode can't believe it.
No, the one thing you did not want to do is turn the ball over on the out-of-bounds play, which they did, and then compound it by a mistake. They tried to get it to Rhode, which is smart. Good defense that time over the top, and there's the foul from behind.
It's on Garrity, and that's his 5th.
Valley makes a great play. He's a good defender, and he showed it that time. They put the best defender on the player they thought would get the inbound pass, and that was Rhode. They did throw it to him, and he made the steal.
Garrity will leave with 6 points and 6 rebounds. And he's replaced by a better ball handler, Scott Roberts. Remember when they used to say freshmen couldn't play when it really counted? Too much pressure, going to school and all that. You can throw that out.
Yeah, you can throw that a long time ago.
Roberts, a true freshman, is in the game. Bali with his team trailing by 3 and 23 seconds left. That won't go. Rhode rebounds. They need to foul him. They cannot afford to wait. There's the foul by Stevenson, and Grizel will shoot the 1-and-1 with 16 seconds remaining.
Well, if they had any glimmer, they still have a small glimmer, but they needed to make those free throws. Valley made a terrific defensive play and just couldn't convert. This is a 1-point game. It's a lot different situation. Now, right now, any type of score by Idaho State's going to put the game away, because I don't think Fresno State's going to have enough time to come down and score twice.
Hooker rushed back in for his offensive skills, and Bali goes out. a 1-on-1, and Grizel to put some breathing room between the Bengals and Bulldogs. And he misses. Rebound Barden. There's still life for Fresno State.
Well, now they got to look three-point play. And if you're Idaho State, you got to extend the defense, and they turn it over again.
And guess who has the steal? It's an encore for Jim Rhode. And the Bengals will go into the championship tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against the University of San Francisco. What a performance and what a capper for Jim Rhode. Bengals win it 62-57.
That typifies the whole evening, was that last steal. How many times did he do that in the second half? At least 6.
We'll come back to Selland Arena and wrap it up as Idaho State.
Jumping center, number 52 for Idaho State, Robert Anderson. And for San Francisco, number 30, Ken Hart. Out of bounds, Idaho State. Going to the free throw line and shooting 2 will be number 30, Ken Hart. Then he makes a vote. Rebound by number 30, Ken Hart. Cisco. Three-point basket by number 31, Kevin Ellis of University of San Francisco. Traveling is called out of bounds, San Francisco. Rebound by number 21, Jim Rhode of the Bengals. Rebound by number 32, Todd Peterson of Idaho State. Foul is called on number 52, Robert Anderson of Idaho State. That's his first, the second team foul against the Bengals. Out of bounds, USF. number 32 of Idaho State. It's his first, his third team foul against the Bengals. At the line, number 33, Mark McCaffrey. He'll be shooting a pair. That's his first and the first team foul against the Dons. At the line, number 21, Jim Rhode, and he'll be shooting 2. That's his first, the fourth team foul against the Bengals, out of bounds USF. Three-point basket by number 32, Joe Reportedly of San Francisco. Three-point basket by number 25, Aaron Grizel of Idaho State. Joel DeBortoli of San Francisco. That's his second, the second team foul against the Dons, out of bounds, Idaho State. Rebound by Joel DeBortoli. And a basket by number 33, Mark McCaffrey of San Francisco. Darren Alleman goes into the game for Idaho State. He replaces number 52, Robert Anderson. That rebound by number 42, Darren Alleman of Idaho State. Aaron Holliman. That's his first, the 5th team foul against the Bengals. Number 22, Byron Young in for Idaho State. The basket was by number 33, Mark McCaffrey on.